nutmegs and rainbow flicks. These are the two favorite skills of Neymar, who is probably the most exciting football player to watch in the world today. But we almost never watched the skills of this crazy talent because he almost died when he was a kid. He was involved in a terrible car accident that almost cost him his life. Those are 3 things about Neymar, and here are 96 others. 99 things about Neymar in less than 8 minutes. Can we do it? You better believe it. Challenge accepted. Neymar was born on February 5th, 1992 in Mogi das Cruzes, Brazil. His name comes from his father, also named Neymar. His father was a former footballer, and it's from him he got his love of the game. But Neymar also had another love as a child, futsal. That's how he developed his skills and his ability to operate in tight spaces. In 2003, Neymar joined Santos, the club of Pelé and Robinho. In fact, many people compared a young Neymar to those 2 stars. He was also compared to Ronaldinho and even Messi. And in his first interview, he spoke about how people said he was a lot like Robinho. Robinho even gave him advice to keep training so he could go pro. His youth career was so successful that his family could buy a house with his income. At 15, he went to Real Madrid to meet the team. The club wanted to sign Neymar badly and tried to convince him by having him hang out with his hero Robinho and the other stars like Ronaldo Nazario. That was his favorite team as a boy. But Real failed, as we all know, because Santos ran a massive campaign to keep the young star at the club. At 17, Neymar had a huge year for 2 reasons. Number 1, he signed his first professional contract. And number 2, he became a father. He named him Davi Luca de Silva Santos. His mother was a social media sensation named Carolina Dantas, but Neymar isn't with her anymore. The pair share custody of Davi, but he spends most of the time with his mom, since Neymar travels a lot for his job. But Neymar loves him a lot and spends a lot of time with him too. In fact, after PSG lost the UCL final in 2020, Neymar still took the time to celebrate his son's birthday. And apart from his son, his whole family is very important to him too. His father is his agent, and he's very close to his sister. Neymar and his sister even have tattoos of each other. Okay, lay off the jokes, guys. We all know that later on, Neymar signed for Barcelona. But did you know Santos had to reject a big 2010 bid from West Ham United? Imagine Neymar playing in London with the Irons. They also turned down a bigger bid from Chelsea in that same year. And thank goodness for Santos, because Neymar helped them win the Copa Libertadores in 2011 and won the Puskás Award that year. And soon after, he would finally join Barcelona in his quest to become the world's best player. He formed an incredible front 3 with Lionel Messi and Luis Suarez. In 2014-2015, they won a treble and scored a combined 122 goals. Hey man, save some goals for the rest of us. Neymar was also the top assist provider during the Champions League in 2016 and 2017. Neymar has always had some big endorsements since his days at Santos. He did endorsements for Nike and Beats by Dre, among many others. And he even has his own brand. Originally, the NJR in his brand logo was supposed to look like a number 11, but since he joined PSG and took the number 10 kit, he's changed the logo a few times. In 2019, Forbes ranked Neymar the 3rd highest paid athlete in the world, after Messi and Ronaldo. And he's a huge fan favorite. He's got over 143 million followers on Instagram. But he truly became a world superstar at Barcelona. It was here he had the best moment of his career, the remontada.
La sensación cuando metemos el 6º gol, nunca he vivido nada igual, y bueno, así de espectacular.
Neymar also loved winning the Olympic trophy with Brazil. He loves playing for his country. He was briefly captain of Brazil after they were crushed in the 2014 World Cup by Germany, but he later relinquished the captaincy. Neymar has an impressive total of goals in his career already. He scored 247 goals at the club level, 64 goals with Brazil. That makes 311 goals overall. And remember, he's not a striker and he's only 28 years old. But Neymar is also more than a footballer. He loves movies and his favorite star is Will Smith. But Neymar's also an actor, and not just on the pitch. He was in Triple X and Money Heist, so his IMDb page is pretty impressive. Eric Cantona once called him a great actor, but yeah, he wasn't talking about his TV or film roles. He also loves music and promotes Música Sertaneja while also appearing in some Brazilian rap videos. And of course, he's made some very famous friends. Check out him kicking it with Natalia Gittler. He's also kicked the ball around with Justin Bieber and has built a friendship with Jimmy Butler. But how do they speak? Does Butler speak Portuguese or Spanish? Because Neymar barely speaks English. In 2011, when he arrived at Barcelona, Neymar started learning some English, but in 2016, Cristiano Ronaldo had to act as a translator for him at the Ballon d'Or ceremony. Now, Neymar's English has gotten a bit better though, because that's how he talks to his friend Kylian Mbappe. He joined PSG in 2017, and even though he plays in the French league, he isn't fully fluent in French, though he knows a couple of words and sentences. But there were a lot of Brazilian friends for him to spend time with. His best friend? Dani Alves. The two played together in Barcelona and at PSG.
Gracias que tengo un montón y los quiero todos, pero Dani en el espejo son muy auténtico y muy feliz, y bueno, para mí es un ídolo y un amigo también.
And his friend Dani Alves is the player he played the most with on the football pitch. They played 196 games together. His other friend Messi is the player he collaborated on the most goals with. They scored 56 goals together. He's got other friends there, including Marquinhos and Rafinha. And it's with those teammates he does his favorite thing, playing pranks. He plays pranks on everyone, friends, family, or teammates. But don't worry, his teammates get him back. And speaking of teammates, if he had to make a three-a-side team, who would he choose as his teammates?
Mbappé y Messi, porque son muy buenos. Y así no perderíamos nunca.
Neymar also thinks Mbappe is the fastest player he's ever played with.
Está rapidísimo.
But he didn't pick his best friend for his three-a-side team. Neymar said Sergio Ramos is the strongest player he ever faced.
Es muy complicado enfrentarlo.
But he's not the player he faced the most. It's Diego Godin, who played 18 times against Neymar. In the past, Neymar was a key player for Nike, but recently he's followed a different path, joining up with Puma. He's also been the cover star for some video games. He was on Pro Evo in 2012 and 2013, and in 2018 and 2019 he appears in videos on FIFA. He's also been a groundbreaking Brazil athlete. He was the first Brazilian to be on the cover of Time in 2013. Neymar is also a devout Christian. He's a part of the Pentecostal branch. He wore in the past a handband that said 100% Jesus and named Kaká as his religious role model. He got in some trouble for appearing on the cover of a Brazilian magazine on a cross. Neymar's always been a little controversial, even for his play. His diving and play acting have been criticized, even if he does it because he's kicked a lot on the pitch. Remember in 2014, a Colombian player broke his back, but he's never stopped his amazing play. So enjoy a nutmeg and a rainbow flick from Neymar, because he won't be around forever. And speaking of forever, that took a while, but we did it. Now it's your turn to find a 100th thing about Neymar. And in the meantime, here are the best 100th things we found on our last video, 99 Things About Sadio Mane. Congrats, guys, and see you in the next episode.